Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen, with our main event. And there is the shepherd of the new Nexus. CM Punk and his faithful followers.
The shepherd? And that's his flock.
He seems to be a guardian, even a liberator, providing hope and, in his words, faith to these young men.
CM Punk, the only thing I can say, this guy's got a screw loose. And these members of Nexus are, you're right, shepherds, they're following him like sheep.
You cannot question their devotion, King.
Well, you know, I said this last week, especially to all you young individuals out there. If you're ever forced or asked to join an organization or a group that involves or requires some kind of initiation that is like physicality, like this guy put his members through, hey, think again. Say no.
He's found his step one fall, making his way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois, weighing 222 pounds, CM Punk.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, those men are completely devoted to CM Punk, a type of fatism almost. And last week we saw their blind faith when they willingly put themselves through an initiation process to be a part of CM Punk's group. It all began with Mike McGillicuddy. He would take the signature moves from the rest of Nexus, willingly again putting himself through this. And then Husky Harris would be next.
Husky Harris endured a savage beating from the other members of Nexus with a leather strap. And as you said, willingly.
And then David Otunga refusing to fight the Big Show, and he would be knocked out for his efforts. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, Nexus has now been sent back to the locker room. They are not allowed to be involved in this matchup with CM Punk because if they do get involved, they'll be officially out of the Rumble match, and that would ruin Punk's plans for that Rumble match in 2 weeks. Punk saying that he needs the new Nexus to help him win that Rumble match.
What about Heath Slater and Gabriel? You didn't mention them. They had the brains at least to walk away from Nexus last week. They didn't endure that initiation.
Well, as anyone should as it relates to any initiation.
From West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing 240 pounds,
Well, here's a guy with a world of followers. As a matter of fact, an entire universe of followers. And you don't have to go through any kind of physicality to be initiated into following John Cena.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, John Cena is in a mood tonight. He's been waiting weeks for this matchup. Remember, it was the new Nexus and its leader, CM Punk, that took John Cena out of action a number of weeks ago. But Cena is back and raring to go here against the man that Cena called last week, and I quote, delusional, phony, gutless, tasteless, classless, uncool, insincere, and low class. That means CM Punk in Cena's words.
Don't sugarcoat it. Tell me how you really feel about the guy.
Not how I feel, it's how John Cena feels. Cena's set to go one-on-one now with CM Punk in our main event here tonight on Monday Night Raw. CM Punk saying that he is going to force John Cena to change, that he's going to facilitate it, that he's going to stand up for, in Punk's words, Cena's ruthless and barbaric ways. He called Cena a hypocrite, and he's looking to take out Cena here tonight.
This Punk just looks mentally unstable. I mean, come on.
Well, you may call him mentally unstable, King, but people believe in what CM Punk has to say as we begin this main event matchup here. Cena slugging away on CM Punk. Punk must weather the emotional storm from Cena in the early going part of this matchup. And Cena wasting little time, hammering away on Punk.
Well, revenge is sweet. CM Punk, as you said, put John Cena out for the first 2 weeks of this year, and Cena is exacting a measure of revenge right now. You know what they say about paybacks? Oh, right in the ribs. Nice shot.
CM Punk screaming in pain. After the body shot from Cena. Oh, with force. With a stare from Cena. Punishing Punk.
You would think that the other superstars would know now about John Cena. You do not want to get on his bad side.
Well, let's remember something, King. CM Punk thought he was going into this matchup with the backup of the new Nexus. That ruling came down earlier tonight from our general manager that the new Nexus couldn't be involved. Cover by Cena and a kick out. But what's disturbing is throughout this whole night tonight, Punk has been very calm when addressing the issue of Nexus not being able to be involved.
It looked as if one time that he was actually, as if one time, look at Punk. Punk was actually praying back there. Could have said a few prayers right before this match.
And CM Punk right to the back of John Cena. Suddenly, CM Punk is in control. Can John Cena crawl his way back into this when Monday Night Raw continues? We are back live on Monday Night Raw, our main event tonight. CM Punk get right in control of John Cena. Throughout the commercial break, Punk has dominated Cena, King.
Boy, and CM Punk's got John Cena in a really bad way right now.
And Cena's got to roll the shoulder up. Remember, the new Nexus has been banned from ringside by our general manager. If they get involved in this matchup, they will be taken out, eliminated from the Royal Rumble match.
Look at the strength of John Cena.
Cena somehow trying to get back into this thing. Punk, the new leader of the new Nexus. And CM Punk quickly with an DDT planting Cena.
Oh, man.
And Punk rolls Cena over, shooting the half, hooks the leg here, shoulders down, and a kick out. You can almost see tonight, throughout the course of this evening, what many of these members of the new Nexus see in CM Punk. He's got this, he's got these cult-like communication skills. He's very charismatic. He's extremely radiant. He's offering hope to these young men.
What are you babbling about?
Here's the cover, hook to the leg on Cena, and a kick out.
Let me ask you, can your brain hear what your mouth is saying?
I'm just observing things, King. I'm not saying I agree
what kind of hope?
What
kind of hope is this guy offering the members of Nexus?
Hey, tell me. You know, young men like part of Nexus, perhaps CM Punk makes them feel like they belong. Maybe under the tutelage of Wade Barrett, these men were put down emotionally and physically and psychologically, and CM Punk is giving them a place, giving them an opportunity to thrive under his new system. Maybe that's what
his
Punk
new
is
system. It's a cult.
Well, that's what you say.
We know what happens with cults.
Maybe these men are searching for something, in the need of hope and faith, like Punk says.
At least it's cult-like.
And look at this, and John Cena off the shoulder knockdown, and here comes Cena, starting to build momentum a little bit here, ladies and gentlemen. This is vintage John Cena.
Just when you think you got John Cena down and out, well, then you can't even see John Cena. But you do see and feel the five-knuckle shuffle.
CM Punk may rue the day that he took John Cena out of action. Could be attitude adjustment time, but CM Punk with a counter of his own. Let's not forget, Punk's a three-time world champion. And again into the cover. Hook to the leg on Cena, who powers out at two.
Yeah, Punk's a three-time world champion. You would think that by now he should realize that he can accomplish things on his own. Why does he have to surround himself with a bunch of followers?
Why not?
Huh?
Makes him stronger,
well,
perhaps.
Followers. I mean, who wants to be a follower? Wouldn't you rather be a leader?
And look at, Punk is a leader.
Well, I'm talking about the rest of Nexus.
And look at CM Punk off the knee to the jaw. Plants Cena on the Bulldog. Punk going for the cover. What a win this would be. And a kick out by Cena at two. Can you imagine what those young men back in the locker room, the members of the new Nexus, would think of CM Punk if Punk knocks off John Cena here tonight on Monday Night Raw? Think about what that would do for Punk's movement.
Oh, yeah, that would be huge, but you got to realize John Cena, think back a couple of weeks ago, John Cena's not 100%.
Night-night, go to sleep time. This took out Cena a couple of weeks ago. CM Punk looking to do it again to John Cena. GTS, Cena counter, going for the STF. Great counter by Cena. STF time. Submission specialist here. Will Punk tap out? Will Punk tap for the STF?
Look at Punk, he's scratching and clawing, trying to get to that rope.
He made it. And that'll force the referee to force Cena to break the STF in a count of 5, and he does.